Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel where we share real-life tales full of wonder, surprises, and heartwarming lessons. Today, I have a story that will grab your attention right from the start. Imagine being a millionaire who believed that the love of your life had vanished forever, only to see her one day walking on the street with a baby who looks just like you. Yes, you heard that right. The baby's smile, those tiny eyes, and even that dimple seem to mirror you perfectly. Stay tuned, because this story is about lost love, family secrets, and fate giving us a second chance. Let me introduce you to our hero, Thomas. Thomas is a kind man with lots of money. He lives in a very big house, drives fast cars, and has all the luxuries you can imagine. But even with all of that, Thomas always felt something was missing in his life. That something was Lily, the woman he loved when he was younger. Thomas and Lily met many years ago in a time full of dreams and fun. They spent hours talking on quiet nights under the stars, laughing in parks and sharing secret jokes that made each day feel like a small adventure. Yet, as life sometimes does, things became complicated. One day Lily left, quietly and without warning, and Thomas was left wondering if he would ever see her again. He believed she was gone forever. Many years passed. Thomas, the millionaire, became busy with new business ideas, long travels, and exciting projects. One sunny afternoon, as he was walking down a busy street near a park, he suddenly saw someone very familiar. It was Lily, but she wasn't alone. Holding her close was a little baby whose eyes and smile were so much like Thomas's that he could not believe his eyes. Thomas's heart began to race. Could this baby be mine? He wondered. For a moment, everything around him made no sense at all. The feelings of joy, confusion, and a tiny spark of hope all mixed together in his heart. He felt as if fate had given him a second chance, a chance to understand the secrets of the past and to mend the missing pieces of his heart. Let's travel back in time for a moment. Long ago, when Thomas and Lily first met, their world was simple and magical. They played in the park, shared ice cream on warm afternoons, and even told each other stories before sleep took over their eyes. Their love was like a warm, gentle light on a dark night. But as the years went by, life grew complicated. Lily felt scared and unsure when she saw how different Thomas's world was, full of bright lights, big money, and many expectations. Believing that her simple heart might not keep up with such a busy, luxurious life, she decided to walk away. Even though she left, Thomas never forgot the moments they shared. And sometimes when he sat in his quiet room, he looked back at old photos and letters, wondering if her smile was still out there somewhere, waiting to be seen again. Now, you might be asking, why does the baby look just like Thomas? It might sound strange, but let's think about it in a very simple way. Imagine you have a box of crayons. One crayon is from mom and one is from dad. When you mix these colors together, sometimes you end up with a color that is identical to one of the crayons. In science, we call these little color mixes genes. Genes are tiny pieces of information in our bodies that decide the color of our eyes, our hair, and even the shape of our smile. When a baby is born, they get half of their genes from their mother and half from their father. So if a baby has many of Thomas's features, like his bright eyes or that friendly smile, it is like a clue. It hints that hidden in that baby's mix of genes is a special reminder of Thomas himself. Let's go back to that busy street. Thomas had stopped in his tracks as he watched Lily laughing softly with that little baby in her arms. The baby was so cute. Its tiny fingers curled just like Thomas's, and when it waved, it was like a mini version of him saying hello. Summoning all the courage he had, Thomas walked slowly towards them. His heart thumped as memories of their secret talks and shared dreams filled his mind. Lily, is that really you? He asked with a soft voice, almost trembling from a mix of excitement and fear. Lily looked up and smiled, a smile that was both warm and a little sad. Thomas, I have missed you so much, she replied gently. And then, with a tender gesture, she motioned toward the baby and said, this is our little miracle. Thomas knelt down so he could see the baby better, feeling all kinds of emotions swirling inside. At that moment, he thought, all the days I spent wondering, all the nights I lay awake, suddenly make sense because maybe this little one is a piece of the past I thought I lost forever. After that surprising encounter, Thomas and Lily sat on a nearby park bench. The busy city faded into the background, and it felt as if they were alone in a tiny world of memories. They talked slowly, each word filled with a mix of regret and hope. Thomas said, I still remember every laugh we shared, every secret we whispered under the stars. I never stopped thinking about you. His voice was soft and sincere. Lily sighed and replied, I left because I was scared, Thomas. I thought that my simple life and your world of luxury could never mix. But over time, I realized that love does not follow money. It follows the heart. They paused for a moment, and then the baby, wearing a tiny onesie with bright colors, let out a happy giggle. It seemed almost as if the baby was telling them, everything is going to be okay. And that little sound filled the air with humor and warmth, a reminder that sometimes, even in complicated situations, life knows how to inject a little joy. For many years, Thomas believed that wealth would resolve all his troubles. He had built his world with fancy cars, grand houses, and endless opportunities. But in that moment, standing next to Lily and their little child, Thomas realized that money could never mend the deep, silent wounds of a broken heart. The true treasures in life are simple, like memories, forgiveness, and the warmth of love shared with family. He thought to himself, all the money and riches in the world can't bring back a smile that I once cherished. True wealth is when your heart feels full, even if your pockets are empty. This realization mixed in his heart like a secret recipe, teaching him that sometimes the most unexpected gifts are the ones we never pay for. Now let's have a little chat about genes in a way that's fun and easy to understand. Imagine making a cake in your kitchen. You add flour, eggs, sugar, and butter. Each ingredient plays its part to make a tasty cake. Similarly, when you're born, you get ingredients from your mom and dad. These ingredients are the genes that make you who you are. In our story, the baby is like a small cake that has got a big scoop of Thomas's ingredients. His eyes, his smile, perhaps even his way of laughing. It sounds funny, but it is science at work. This tiny baby shows just how nature mixes things perfectly, even when we think our stories are over. It is a clear sign that the past can come back with even more color and joy. After that chance encounter in the park, Thomas invited Lily and the little one to a cozy nearby cafe. Over warm cups of cocoa and soft light filtering through the windows, they began to share more of what had happened during their years apart. Thomas asked softly, what happened after you left, Lily? Were you ever happy? Did you ever wonder if we'd meet again? Lily, her eyes reflecting both pain and a quiet strength, answered, I spent many days feeling lost. I thought the world was too big and too cold without someone I love so much. I had to learn to stand on my own. But deep inside, I always hoped one day, when the time was right, our hearts might meet again. Listening to Lily, Thomas felt a great mix of sympathy and understanding. He admitted, I kept all your letters and photos, even though I never had the courage to reach out. Every night I hoped that one day you would come back, even if just to touch base with me one more time. During this gentle conversation, they realized that the silence of years was filled with untold stories and shared memories. Every tear they shed was a lesson learned, and every laugh was a promise that even after hard times, life could be joyful again. Just as the conversation grew a bit heavy, something very funny happened. The little baby, feeling playful and curious, suddenly stuck out its tongue and tried to imitate Thomas's serious look. With baby cheeks puffed out and bright eyes twinkling, it was as if the little one was cheekily saying, Look, I'm just like you. Thomas couldn't help but laugh out loud. In that silly moment, the heavy feelings lifted, and the playful innocence of the baby brought smiles to both Thomas and Lily. It was a reminder that even in life's most complex moments, humor can be the spark that lights up our hearts. Sometimes a giggle or a silly face is all it takes to remind us that every cloud has a little silver lining. After sharing laughter and many heartfelt words, Thomas and Lily realized that their lives together were far from over. They decided that it was time to heal old wounds and start building a new future, a future that belonged not only to them, but also to the little child who had arrived as a sign of new beginnings. Thomas thought, maybe this is my chance to do things right. I may have lost so many years, but I can gain more love and memories in the years to come. He told Lily, I want to set up a new life where we create happy moments. Let's build a small, cozy home where our child can grow up surrounded by love, laughter, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Lily nodded as tears of hope filled her eyes. I have learned that sometimes the best things in life are the ones we never expected. Love finds a way, even when you think it is gone forever. Their conversation was gentle and full of promise, a promise that no amount of money could ever replace the warmth of a home built on love and understanding. Now let's take another quick look at the special science behind family resemblances. Remember our crayon box analogy? Every child gets half of their crayons from their mom and half from their dad. Sometimes one set of crayons is brighter or used more often, which is why that baby might show more of Thomas's colors. This scientific truth is like nature's own little mystery, a mystery that tells us family ties go much deeper than we ever imagine. This story uses a bit of science to show how life works like a giant, colorful painting. Even when it seems like parts of the picture are missing, every little detail fits perfectly in time, and it reminds us that every person holds a special place in our lives, whether filled with money or simple smiles. As we look at Thomas's journey, we learn an important lesson. Money can build great things, but it cannot build happiness. True wealth comes from having people around you who care, who share memories with you, and who remind you that even in the darkest times, love can still shine through. Thomas had all the riches in the world, but he longed for something that money could never buy, a family, a true connection with someone who understood him. I truly believe that our hearts are like secret treasure chests. Sometimes you have to search through the dark to find that brilliant light. Thomas's story shows us that it is never too late to open those chests and discover the love we thought was lost. It is a message for all of us. If you ever feel that something or someone important is gone, hold on to hope, because life might surprise you when you least expect it. After that unforgettable day, Thomas and Lily made a promise to each other. They promised to talk about the past, to learn from their mistakes, and to look forward to a future built on understanding and care. They even planned small adventures together, like taking long walks in the park and sharing ice cream at their favorite corner shop. Every little step they took together was a celebration of a new beginning. As time passed, the little baby grew and started showing little habits and funny quirks that reminded everyone just how special family ties are. Every day brought a new discovery, a new laugh, a new memory, a new way of looking at life. And even though there were moments of sadness for the lost years, there was also a deep, unbreakable hope for the future. Thomas learned that sometimes life's puzzles only become clear when you stop trying to force them, and instead let love guide you naturally. And Lily realized that even the hardest decisions sometimes lead to the kind of love that lasts forever. Their new life was not perfect, but it was genuine and filled with lessons that could only be learned through both joy and heartache. Now, as we near the end of this story, let's remember the important truth. Life is full of surprises. Sometimes a day that seems ordinary brings an extraordinary twist, a twist that heals old wounds and opens new doors. Thomas's journey from heartbreak and loneliness to joy and renewed hope teaches us that we should never lose faith in love. Every moment, even the ones that seem dark, can shine with unexpected light. Remember, kids and adults alike, that real family is not just about what you see on the outside. It's about the love you feel in your heart. Whether you are rich in money or in little toys and treasures, the most amazing gift in life is a warm hug, a shared smile, or that moment when you see a piece of who you once were reflected back at you. Thank you for staying with me and listening to this amazing tale of fate, love, and second chances. I hope Thomas and Lily's story reminds you that even when it seems like everything is lost, there is always hope for a new beginning. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more incredible, heartwarming stories. And make sure to click on the video on your end screen right now titled The Miracles of Everyday Life for another journey into the magic that surrounds us every day. Share this video with your family and friends. Maybe someone you know needs a reminder that hope is never really lost. And if you have a story of your own where life surprised you, please leave a comment below. I love reading your thoughts and memories, and it reminds all of us that each day is a chance to start something beautiful. Until next time, keep your heart open, follow your dreams, and remember, sometimes the best stories begin when you least expect them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.